Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the Quick and Classic companion. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this companion for what I consider to be the current best rules light fantasy RPG, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about properties. In the world of Quick and Classic, there are fiefs, baronies, and kingdoms, and some of your heroes might get to build their own in time. And there is no better way to start this quest than by buying or conquering property. There are 7 types of properties that you can obtain by purchasing them. You have the average cost, but they can also be cheaper or more expensive depending on how grand they are. And of course you can get them for free if you conquer them. So you have castles, monasteries, magic towers, dungeons, brothels, farms. There are some restrictions. For example, in the case of castles, you can only obtain them if you are a man-at-arms, a barbarian, a crusader. Mages are the only ones that can be proprietors of magic towers. And there are some specific limitations. For example, a brothel cannot be owned by a crusader or a bonze. In the case of druids and rangers, this is a special case. Because of their lifestyle, they cannot own properties. They will always be able to survive in the wilderness between one adventure and the other, keeping just their essential gear. However, a ranger of significant experience can buy or occupy a castle, and an experienced druid can challenge another druid to establish control over a forest. Each property includes what is naturally expected from it. For instance, a castle will include walls, towers, stables, and such. A magic tower includes traps, teleports. A dungeon will have pitfalls, secret passages, and so forth. A detailed description of the character's properties is not mandatory to manage them with these rules, but the players can always agree on their details with the master. Now, anyone can build himself or herself a hovel, a shack, with a few planks and hay. This is free. You can employ it as a makeshift cache to store your gear, gold, etc. But if you want a sturdy house or perhaps even a mansion with staff and all, it's going to cost money. Having a grand mansion will give you a bonus in ability when it comes to charm actions. It's important to note that properties are modular. Thus, it is possible to build a castle with a monastery or a dungeon, paying the cost for each part. To improve the quality of a property, one simply has to pay the difference to reach the desired level. Properties can also be used to deposit all the character's possessions, throwing off the joke of the greedy bankers of Quick and Classic. However, should the properties be confiscated, closed, or lost, all the deposited possessions would be lost as well. At the end of each adventure, or after 1 year of narrative game time, a character will have to roll either 3 or 4 luck tests, with difficulty and modifiers based on the property itself. It's important to note that the 4th test is optional. It'll be up to the characters each time for each property. We will talk more about that in the next part of the review. The test results have effects in the game, as listed in the table of properties. The effects for multiple properties of the same character are summed or occur in a row, as reasonably argued by the master using good sense. For the Druid's Forest, that character will only have to roll the 2nd test and the 4th optional test. Every test for the forest can be chosen from those of the monastery or magic tower. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to talk about the results of the table of properties. I like this properties system because your character can become a lord or lady of the Quick and Classic world, but things do not end up complicated. This is complexity without complications. It's very easy to understand, and I think it will add to the richness of the campaign. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. Once again, thank you, and see you later.